can't wait. You know, for me, each year the preparation is one thing, but get an opportunity to see really where we are, see how good we are. But I love the group that we have. They come to work every day. They're ready to play hard for us. So now at this point, it's really just testing it out, getting to these games. They've been practicing hard. These guys dedicated their summer, so I'm excited for them.
Give us your thoughts on the incoming talent, how much better it can make the program.
Man, that's a tough question, but it's a very good question. You know, we added JV this year, so that was huge. So we had 7 returners, but we got 19 total players now. So you got a D1 transfer, you got a D2 transfer, D3 transfer, you got JUCO guys, you got prep school guys, you got high school guys. So you got a large mix of players. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all works together. But I think the most important part, they get along, they love each other already. They also are very, have the ability to communicate when stuff is not done right. So that's the makeup of a really good team in the making right now.
Having a JV team now, how much better do you think that's going to make the varsity team?
I mean, I think if we're able to stay together, our JV team is able to really take it seriously and really want to develop. It's really going to take our varsity team to another point. At the same point, we have a tough schedule for the JV teams. So they have to get better. They have to go through a tough schedule, but they also get a chance to play a lot of minutes. So I think it's only going to help.
Track question here. Last year in the Mid-South, is there anything you'd like to accomplish, maybe any scores you'd like to settle, anybody you want to get things right with before you leave?
I mean, it's winning the Mid-South. You know, it starts with the regular season. So we want to get off to a great start. We actually got 5 out of 6 on the road to start off. So it's a good challenge, but really you got to be together on the road. And it's more based on not just the basketball sense, but how together your team is. So I'm excited for that. But every game, it's not just one. I'm looking towards this game. Every game we want to win in the Mid-South, especially on the road. Those are golden wins right there.
Having been to the mountaintop a couple of years ago, you take a step back a little bit last year. Still had a good season, but obviously not where you wanted it to be. As you look at this year, the players that you've got coming in and trying to mold that, and I know you got to be excited to see what guys step into what roles and how you try to move forward to get back to make that run again.
I mean, that's the #1 goal. It starts with the Mid-South. If you're able to win in the Mid-South, you can win in the national tournament. That's what it kind of gave us an example of how we could do that. So for us, we want to get back to that. How do we win the Mid-South regular season? How do we win the Mid-South Conference? And how do we get to the national tournament? So if we can get to the national tournament, we know we can put ourselves in position to win it all.
And watching those guys too, how interested are you in seeing guys maybe step into roles that they haven't been in before? You know, I mean, you got a lot of new guys.
That's the greatest thing about coaching. You know, you get blessed and have your James Jones and your EJ O'News and those different guys that have been through the program. But now we have a team where it's not a guy. You literally have 19 guys on this roster that can really help you on the offensive end, defensive end. So I'm excited for that part. And also I just love it as you get your guys to kind of make out their own role. We don't necessarily put them in a role. We just tell them exactly what we need them to do, but be their own selves. They're all different, but they all have some dynamics that are special that's going to bring us together. They're all really unselfish. So I think that's going to really help our team.
You're returning guys that have been here for a year or maybe even 2 years or longer. Just what kind of impact are you looking from those guys coming back?
I mean, they've been looking great, to be honest with you. They've been looking the best. Just knowing the system, knowing what to prepare for. Last year was really, we wanted to, of course, repeat. But last year really helped us, I think, in this moment right now. Because that allowed us to coach them a little bit more. That allowed them to want to come to work and feel love for the game of basketball again and also take more part in school. We missed a lot of school when we did win the national tournament. So guys know on how they have to prepare themselves the first semester and then leading to that second semester of doing all your work early. And it's the same by them dedicating their summer. Guys didn't do a good job of last summer of really coming in ready to work. They kind of just came because that was kind of required of them to be here. But this year, guys really enjoyed it. They really got better, so I'm excited for it.
Summertime pretty important.
Definitely.
coming into the season?
It doesn't matter what sport it is. It doesn't matter what profession you're in. If you're prepared, it kind of gives you an extra edge, with your confidence, but also it puts you in position to be great. So I'm excited for this group to see what happens.
How do you feel about the low post? I know already you brought back Latavius. It's been such a vital part of your team the last couple of years, and then Abraham coming in mid-semester, but then adding Azubuike. It gives you length that's even abnormal for you guys.
Right. So you have Latavius, like you said, coming back. You have Abraham, who was here for one semester, so I'm excited for Abraham to see how he does, as well as you got Azubuike, 7'2" kids. It's a different breed of animal. Then you have Felix, who is a D3 transfer, so he was a walking double-double, at a D3. So we can really mix up our lineups and go a bunch of different ways. But that group right there, they have, I wouldn't say a lot of work to do, but they have a lot to prove on what they can actually do. So I'm excited to see how they gel together.
And just like your front court, looks like your back court gives you a lot of flexibility. You got guys like Jaquil, who's been here for 4 years, and you got bigger guys like Isaac that can handle the ball, but also be able to shoot the three and defend multiple guys at multiple positions, 1 to 4.
Yeah, I mean, one of our goals this year is to lead the nation in assists. That's a tough goal because we turn over the ball too much. So that means you got to take care of the basketball. But we tried to get better point guards in that was going to, really fit that mold of what we were looking for. So you add a Brandon Beavers, you add a Trey Bumgardner, you return Jaquil, like you said, as well as Trey Beard. That puts us in position to really take care of the ball. Then our wings are kind of in a great position as well. So you got guys like Isaac, Jaden, Jalen. Those guys that can really finish plays to really, get the most of those assists.
How do you feel about your team on defensive end?
That's the question mark. You know me, that's the part I'm going to be screaming. Can we play defense night in and night out? And that's going to be the most important part. Taking care of the ball, rebound, play defense. We're able to do those 3 things, we'll be real successful.
All right. You got to be different.